It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. It is 7 a.m. and what a gorgeous morning.
It is a beautiful morning.
Wow. I'm still showing 61 degrees right now. This is June 10th, and we've got low humidity and a nice cool temperature.
No rain in the forecast?
No rain in the forecast for about a week, at least a
know.
week. My goodness. And the rain that came through off of the tropical depression wasn't all that bad. I mean, we got 3.8 something inches.
Which is a blessing because what it would have done to the White River and some of them towns along there and the flooding and everything that they were, you know, if they had to do the emergency releases, it was going to get
pretty ugly.
bad, so.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank goodness.
I mean,
I think it's up in Michigan now.
They did send out the warnings. They were fully
did.
expected to be in major floods all
But
the
I think
way
it
down.
actually moved north faster than what they intended. It just didn't sit on top of us and rain. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome down on the corner program. Dale Hoffman, Scooter Callis, and our guest today is going to be Mountain Home Police Chief Corey Manuel. Social distancing boxes. We'll go to box 3 here in a little bit. Anyway, Down on the Corner is brought to you by your hometown Sears store, 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. The very best in home appliances, home entertainment, tools, lawn care equipment.
No matter what you're needing for inside the house or outside the house, they've got it. They even got exercise equipment. I was in there the other day and helping a lady load up a one of those exercise bikes. They've got anything and everything you can think of.
Do they still sell house paint?
No.
We used to sell weather beater house paint.
Now, they used to sell a lot of stuff. Shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Sears used to sell homes.
Mm-hmm. And cars.
Yep. Yeah, you get anything from Sears.
And then remember, we used to have the Road Handler tire and the Die Hard battery in my day.
Yep.
Sold a bunch of that stuff.
Well, let me tell you, if you've got any kind of appliance issues or even lawnmower, weed eater, whatever, they're the place to go. They work on it right here in-house. J.R. Hightower, that's one of his big things when he took over the Sears is not to send anything out. We have experience right here. We can work on it right here in-house, get it running right. And trust me, he knows what he's doing with that equipment. He really, really does. I've seen him fix some things that I would have probably thrown out in the dumpster. And he's like, oh, no, that's still good. We can do this. We can do this. It'll be fine. You get another year out of it. No problem.
There you go.
So if you need anything, I mean, they have it. They know what they're doing.
We want to invite folks from other counties, Marion County, Fulton County, Sharp County. Come on over, visit your hometown Sears store. Up in Missouri, it's a short drive down Highway 5. Come on and join us at Sears, 1029 Highway 62 East, up on the hill behind Wendy's, in the same parking lot as Orscheln's, out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. And like I say, the very best in home appliances, home entertainment, lawn care equipment, craftsman tools. You can't beat Sears. And then, you know, you got your hometown people running the hometown store for hometown folks. Arkansas, Missouri, love to have you come down and visit your hometown Sears store. Once again, at 1029 Highway 62 East on the hill up behind Wendy's. They do a great job. You know, and I'm glad to hear that Sears is doing so well. I mean, they're moving some freezers, I hear.
Well, they're not moving. You can't even get a freezer right now anywhere.
In demand.
And they're not available.
We went through that in 1975. I remember when about 40 freezers came in down on Main and 3rd.
If you need a freezer, feel free to call them and get on the waiting list.
Get on the waiting list. Your hometown Sears store, once again at 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. And come on out and support your local Sears store. And the Chief and I are enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. You can do the same thing. 2 locations open to the public right now. Bomber Boulevard, 62 East Plaza. The best coffee in town is Brewed Awakening Coffee. Mike and his staff do a great job at all 3 locations. Of course, one in the hospital I don't think is open to the public yet for people coming and going inside the hospital. But be sure to check out the 2 drive-thrus, Bomber Boulevard and 62 East Plaza. Out by Anytime Fitness, they have the mochas, the lattes, the frappuccinos, pumpkin spice, French vanilla. I think I even saw peanut butter on there. You want peanut butter flavored coffee?
No.
You probably do Walnut.
They got everything from regular coffee to all the foo-foo coffees you need.
I've got good old truck driver coffee. And this will even patch a hole in the tire.
And you can always stop by here and get the maximum strength version. Don't worry, anything less they use fill the potholes in the city.
Oh, well, we love to help our city. Brewed Awakening coffee. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, just drinking muddy water. Once again, Mike and the staff do a great job at both locations, serving the public, even through the coronavirus pandemic. So drive through Bomber Boulevard or 62 East Plaza and enjoy the best coffee in town. You will not be disappointed. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 Roller Funeral Homes in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with one in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in Mountain Home, talk to Bruce, Brad, Charlotte, Chris, anyone else out there can help you. Very professional, caring, loving, and understanding. We know when a loved one passes away, it's like, oh no, what do I do? Let Roller handle it. Let them handle it. This is what they do. They have the calling to do this. It takes special people to do what they do, you know. And then don't forget about pre-planning. You can have everything paid for up front, everything taken care of, so when the event happens, you don't have to worry, you know. So, and Bob Reckmold had a client one time, they don't need to talk about pre-planning, so we have been. Talk to Roller Funeral Homes, no matter what city you're in. If you got a Roller Funeral Home in your city, we'll talk to those fine folks with all our respect. That's how they do business. Not just a motto that you see on the TV screen, it's how they do business. Roller Funeral Homes with all our respect. And they bring you the morning prayer each and every day. So let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, I can't remember a time other than when President Kennedy was assassinated where one or two news items totally captures our country. It was once said that if enough people told one person how sick they looked, that person would become ill. Lord, if our news media continues to batter us with negative stuff day after day, we will become so brainwashed in negativity that we'll never recover. My prayer is, Lord, you help us as Christians overcome the negative aspects of the news and focus on fun, positive things going on. Life is too short not to live life to the fullest. Let us always focus on your blessings. That's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring morning prayer every day with all our respect.
Get it out.
Spit it out. I've said it, for 10 years now, and I still can't get it right. Roller Funeral Homes with all our respect.
And now,
here it comes.
Dun, 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 the weather.
Can we have somebody arrested for impersonating a trumpet? Boy, we can have protests and looting like crazy over that, couldn't we? He's speechless.
I'm not saying anything. It was perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad today. What'd you do? Get the WD-40 out on that trumpet?
I'm waiting for a phone call from Bob Zador or Linda and says, all right, this just ain't working. We got to lose the trumpet.
I got a duck call.
We'll stay with trumpet.
We'll stay with the trumpet. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retiredarkansas.net. Time to take a peek at the White River.
Beautiful shot this morning.
There you go. A little bit of cloud cover rolled in a little bit. Pretty. It was bright sunshine a little while ago. Looking at the White River from Marion County into Baxter County, Arkansas. The clearing right there is the baseball park, picnic area, and the little railroad museum there in Cotter, Arkansas. Wonderful little town on the edge of Baxter County right there at the White River. The 62-412 bridge to the left side of the screen there. And, of course, you see the horizon in the background, the beautiful shot. Brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zador. For all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. And when you call the Z-Team and just, we've been thinking about, maybe this house is just a little bit too big, or we might need a little bit more room, call them now. Virus or not, they're busy. They're moving some homes. They need the listings.
Everybody's way down in listings right now. Homes are selling faster than they're coming on.
And so call the Z-Team. And whether you're in Arkansas or Missouri, if you're in Mountain Home or Bull Shoals or Calico Rock, hey, they've got the team ready to go right now to serve you. So give them a call, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. You go to the website and you can look at all the homes that are listed. If you find one that's listed somewhere else, perhaps in Marion County or Stone County, there's an MLS number. You can type that in there and it'll locate that house on the retiredarkansas.net website, and you can check out all the other listings as well. Sam's ready to go. Reese, Linda, everybody, they're ready to serve you today. The award-winning Z-Team. And, of course, Linda's a professional stager, so when you do list your home with the Z-Team, they can set the home up for that eye appeal to get it sold very quickly. The award-winning Z-Team. All the awards are, it just describes how good the service is with the Z-Team. When you call the Z-Team, you get action, you get professionalism, and they care about what your needs are. And that makes a difference when it comes to a real estate professional. Once again, the Z-Team, 870-405-0793, retire to Arkansas.net. And they bring you the morning weather each and every day. I'm so glad to say it's 61 outside. Isn't that nice?
That is
Mountain
nice
Home at
temperature.
61, 60 at Harrison, 64 at Batesville, 61 at Calico and Salem. Flipping at 63 in Marshall, the same, 61 at West Plains, 73 in St. Louis. Wow, we got a hot spot up there in St. Louis. 70 at Poplar Bluff, 59 in Springfield. Really? And Watford City, North Dakota at 45. Well, let's see here. I get to refresh this thing on the air. And then we get to wait and wait and wait. State of Arkansas looks like we're in pretty good shape right now. I'm not seeing any rain pop up. Looks like we're clear from one end to the other. 62, 412 east and west is clear. Highway 65, Little Rock to Branson in good shape. Highway 67, 167, Little Rock to Batesville and on up to Poplar Bluff is the highway split. You got Highway 63, Jonesboro over to about Hardy in good shape. Your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555. All look good in Arkansas right now. And a little bit of shower activity south of Oxford, Mississippi. And I do have a little bit of a shower showing up right on the Arkansas-Missouri line in extreme northwest and southwest Missouri. Northwest Arkansas, southwest Missouri. A little bit of shower activity in extreme northwest Missouri. That'd be up around Tarkio, Missouri, and Maryville, I think, up there. Just north of Kansas City area. Scattered showers around Sedalia to Jefferson City, Warrensburg, and places like that. I-44 looks like it's in pretty good shape. I-70 with a little bit of shower activity on it around Columbia to Kansas City. Other than that, from Jeff City over to St. Louis, it's in good shape. East St. Louis, Illinois, east on 64, we're in pretty good shape there. I-57 through Carbondale, I-70, just north of Vandalia. Got some showers, a little bit at Vandalia. Other than that, it's north around Decatur, Illinois, Champaign, Urbana, the Rantoul, getting some shower activity. It's still, the leftovers are still up north of us. So as we spread out, we can see Iowa, northwest Missouri, southwest Nebraska. I'm sorry, southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas getting some showers. And around Champaign, Urbana, Illinois, we got the shower activity as well. And let's see, then you can see the remnants right here. You can actually, somebody put that in motion, probably see that swirl over Michigan. Here's the remnants right here of the tropical depression that went through. And this, I guess that's just a break off. Wouldn't you say, Scooter, right there around Des Moines, all the way down to Des Moines to Topeka? See that still rotating a little bit? So, anyway, I don't think have any rain in the forecast. See what we got here. No watches or warnings. A little bit of wind advisory around the Texarkana area. Western Missouri, eastern Kansas with some wind advisories, along with southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, and western Kentucky. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape there. Here we go. Forecast: increasing clouds today, high of 72, low tonight 54. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday show to be clear skies, 84, 86, 86, and 80 degrees respectively through those days. I'm not seeing any shower activity show up on that.
Good weather.
And Monday to, looks like all the way through next week, we're in pretty good shape, so not bad at all. River levels, we're not in too bad of shape. I think everybody was prepared. It looks like today it will crest the White River, shown to be 16.8 feet.
Where's that at?
Calico Rock. And it's not even flood stage. Batesville is not going to be as bad. They're going to be 16.5. White River at Newport, 28.5 if I'm seeing that correctly. And the White River at Clarendon, going to flatline there, so we're in pretty good shape there. So from that point, we'll take a look at Bull Shoals Lake level. 694.59, 35.59 feet above a full pool of 659. Norfolk Lake this morning at 5 a.m. is at 579.81 at 27.81 feet above a full pool of 552. State of Arkansas, we're in pretty good shape here. Around Fordyce, we have an issue, a down tree across Highway 79, so it's going to affect us here. I show you these little things occasionally just to see how to navigate the map, so when you travel, you know what to look for on iDrive Arkansas. In Missouri, we do have a lot of flood watch boxes from Highway 142. I used to travel that one quite a bit. There's two areas where it's closed. One's going to be around the 11-Point River, and I'm not sure where the other one's at, but Highway 142 that runs from pick it up at Thayer, Missouri, just off of Highway 63. As you come out of Thayer, you turn right there in front of Walmart, pick up 142 to go to Donovan. And there's some areas where it can get pretty low. But a lot of flood watch boxes here on the state highways, the county highways, and
I drove up to West Plains yesterday and didn't have any issues.
Yeah, that's pretty good little drive. That's not bad. Pollen count today is 6.7. We've got grasses, dock, and mulberry. Tomorrow's going to be a 6.2, which is not too bad. Coronavirus update for the state of Arkansas. I ran the numbers earlier. Baxter 13 positive with 10 recovered. Marion 2 and 1, 2 positive, 1 recovered. Searcy County 7 positive, 7 recovered. Stone County 11 positive with 3 recovered. That's not right. Let me go to Stone County. I've got that one wrong. There's 8 recovered. Stone County is 11 positive with 8 recovered. I wrote down the active positive 3.
3 still active.
Yeah. And then in Izard County, 17 positive with 15 recovered. In Fulton County, 7 and 7. There's no currents there. Population of the 6-county area, 104,900 people with 57 positive and 43 recovered. That's a very good percentage rate right there. Oil prices were down $1.08 this morning. WTI crude, better refresh that and see where we're at now because it may have come up. No, it's still down $1.08 at 37.86 on the Western Texas International crude. All right, 7:16. It's time for a quick break. Our guest today is Police Chief Corey Manuel from Mountain Home Police Department. Stick around, be right back.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is, Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. 4-wheel suspension. Handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home. At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
7:20, and we want to welcome Mountain Home Police Chief Corey Manuel to the studio this morning and the Down on the Corner program. Welcome, Chief. Good to see you again.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And
it's always a good time.
Tell you what, how to even start this one? The lack of respect. I mean, what happened in Minneapolis is unfortunate. I mean, no two ways about it. How do you try? How's it different with your police department? And a criminal's a criminal, no matter what the guy's history is, whether it was good or bad. The policeman, we don't know all the circumstances. All we know is what's been reported by the news, and a lot of that can be amplified and blown out of proportion. If you whittle it all down and the truth be known, I mean, what really happened, and how do you handle a situation like that?
Well, what I could see, it was a very unfortunate, preventable situation, but it was one situation. And I know that folks will talk about, how many times this has happened and it's got to stop. But what I always do in everything that I deal with is you do the best that you can to search for the truth. And not just search for the truth, but search for the whole truth. And sometimes I think in what we can do or what we do as groups in this country is we don't search for the whole truth. So what I'm saying is I'm driven by data. We got to look at data. We got to look at our crime rates up and down, arrest, and times that you have to use some force to counteract resistance to arrest and things like that. So I'm data driven. Now, at times when I've noticed the public has a feeling that things are going a certain way, I can pull out the data and I could show a different story or situation. So I think in something like this, the real data, and I've been reading since this incident more data, becoming more aware of it than I was before. I was aware of a lot of it. It's been in print, it's been on TV, and the data shows a different story overall about so-called abuse at the hands of law enforcement. Now we talk and we hear about reform. And in a way, like there's something new out there that we don't know about, something new that we've got to create and come up with reform. I have always tried to make our department a better department that responds better to the citizens of Mountain Home and what they need, what they want, what they desire. But we also can never forget that we have to conduct our operations within the framework of the United States Constitution, federal laws, state laws, local policies, and even departmental policies. And all of that we do. And then when we get past that, then we look at best practices. That is something that we have done for years in our department. Back on December the 6th, 2012, we had a major change, a major shift in our policies in the department to do some of these things that people are calling on for departments to do. Now, while people say that, most law enforcement agencies, and by far most law enforcement officers, do the good thing, do the right thing. But like any profession, when I'm going to talk about just law enforcement, that's a little unfair. You need to talk about all professions, and all professions have missteps. They have issues and they have problems, but the key is jump on them and take care of them. I have seen nothing in our area, in the state, and I'll kind of speak up and say on the national level as well. There has always been a move for law enforcement to do better, and that movement so many times comes within the law enforcement community and departments themselves, because no one else will call for that until we have an incident. So when we have an incident and those people who call for that change and that reform, where were you 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago? Where was your leadership? We deal with it every day, and we increase our training, we change our policies, we create directives to direct employee performance to get the outcome that we desire. So with that said, as I mentioned, there was a major shift in our policies and how we did things December the 6th, 2012, when policies were passed by our city council that I proposed to them. Those policies were put together by the Arkansas Chiefs Association as model policies which you could take and review and pass as you think you need to. We passed 43 policies that cover 12 high-risk critical incidents that we become involved in. Foot pursuits, vehicle pursuits, use of force to overcome resistance, harassment, all these kinds of things. 12 different areas, 43 policies that help guide us to do things proper so that we can take care and do better in these 12 high-risk areas that we operate in. 2 years ago, we are on a road to even step that up to a higher level, a higher game. The Arkansas Chiefs Association put together a program roughly 4 to 5 years ago, and it's called ALEAP, Arkansas Law Enforcement Accreditation Program. It's you have 2 years to redo, add to, do better, change things in your department if they need to be changed to meet those accreditation standards. In a lot of cases, and in our situation, most cases, we were doing a lot of the things right anyway, but we had to build on those policies and performances to do better and meet the standards. Next week, Wednesday, we have our final audit from the state coming up here and going through everything that we're doing to see if we're good enough to be accredited.
Wow.
That's been a 2-year process. A lot of that process is creating additional directives to guide the performance of your police department. And not only that, but to continually review situations and matters to see that you're doing the right thing on a regular basis. So we went from 43 directives and then at the start, and then once we started on the accreditation program over the 2 years, those directives guiding our performance has went from 43 to 97 directives now. Much bigger policy manual, policy general orders and memorandums that guide our performance. And then on top of that, that accreditation process requires more and additional training. So the more and additional training is a further guidance of our performance. So we're happy that we're seeing the end of the initial accreditation process, and we think we're in real good shape to get that accreditation. And right now, we are about 80% complete to meet that accreditation before they come on site.
Wow.
And how we do that is by electronic submission of things that we're doing to the state that they can review, and then they'll come up on site and look at those and some other things they'll look at that is strictly an
Now, who does the
on-site
audit? The Arkansas
inspection.
State Police? Is it through?
It's Arkansas Chiefs Association.
Chiefs Association.
I've been a member for probably 20 years at this point, and they do a great service to our state.
Let me ask you a question.
So we're in that process, and after Wednesday of next week, we have the utmost confidence that we're going to get past that and get that seal of approval that we're doing these things that we should be doing right now. And that is for a 3-year period, and then every 3 years they come back and they do the same thing. So during that 3 years, you've got to continue doing that thing. And then one other thing I'll say about that is we do on a daily, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, annually, and every 2 years, there are certain things that we have to review constantly to make sure we're doing the right thing at those times. So it's a constant thing from daily to every 2 years, and everything in between. We are reviewing reports, we're looking at performance and things like that to make sure that we're doing okay. For an example, every incident report our guys fill out every morning when I come in. I review every report for the previous day. Every pursuit that we have that's a foot pursuit or a vehicle pursuit generates a report that comes to my desk on every incident. Every response we have to our resistance to make an arrest for anything other than you're under arrest, put the handcuffs on. If something goes downhill, they want to wrestle, fight, pull away, you have to tase, use pepper spray, any and all of those things generate a report that also come across my desk. And when all these reports, we take a look at them, we're looking for failures to do the performance that we require. Do we have a policy issue, or do we have a training issue? So this will be a continuing and an ongoing process. And we've been doing this for a long time. And I say that because we're not the only department that does that. There are a lot of departments in this country, all across this country, are doing their own thing to do better. And I think that gets lost, and it's not said, the good things that we're doing in law enforcement to provide a better service.
When you have an officer in the field, and let's just say there's an armed robbery somewhere, the adrenaline gets to flowing. Okay, so you've got 90 some odd, your officer, okay, I've got procedures, I know how to handle this, he's trained. When his life could be threatened or somebody else's life, a million thoughts can be going through that officer's mind. How does that officer stay in control? So you may have an armed robbery, they may not have fired a shot, but he doesn't know if that gun's going to be aimed at him or at the cashier. It could be a bank. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
How do you control, your heart rate's going to be pounding. You think, is he going to shoot at me? Is he going to shoot over here? It's all in not knowing. So how does the officer handle that in the aspect like what happened in Minneapolis? I'm sure, I heard a report this morning, is what brought this up, that both gentlemen knew each other because they were both bouncers in the same restaurant at one point in time. And CBS News had reported this morning that, yes, they knew each other. So the officer may have had something against it. We don't know. But it's just, they said they did know each other. But how does the officer control and stay professional when that adrenaline, and your life could be at risk, and I'm sure they've got the vest on and stuff like that, but still,
Well, it's training, and there again, the directives, the policies that direct that, they know it, they understand it, they have to sign off on it, and there's 4 levels of training that we have to do: level 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for instance, level 1 is you get the policy, you read it, you study it, you sign for it electronically. We have software that we control all that and document all that. To level 2 and 3 and up to 4. 4 is actual classroom, actual on the range, shooting and qualifications and things like that. So we have 4 levels of training that we have going on constantly. The officers are trained, they know that that's a problem. You get the adrenaline going, and you can't really circumvent that, but you have to understand that that's an issue, and you have to control it through training and your response and your understanding of that in situations. It's going to happen. So, and also in some of these situations, depending on what it is, when we get a chance to review it, we also have our after-action reports, and there again, after-action reports, we're looking at things that we could do better, training and policy issues and things like that. But when you judge the actions of an officer, and this is what courts will have to do, or they should do, and I think public needs to take a look at it that way as well. You need to be judged on what was available to you at the time of that event. You need to have available to you the knowledge, to the court, the knowledge that you had, the actions, the things that happened that caused you to make that decision. So many times it's so much easier to sit back and armchair quarterback when you've got hours and days to talk about it and maybe communicate with other people, legal people, and things like that. That officer don't have that luxury. He's got to be trained, he's got to be knowledgeable, he's got to be ready to make a decision in split seconds.
Decision.
And the circumstances that is available at the time he takes and makes that decision for that event is what he should be judged on.
And I can see that because you know, and I can see where you're talking about the adrenaline. And I'm sure fear comes into play.
Oh, forget about that.
You know, there's a lot of things, and that's where the training helps to. It won't eliminate it, but it'll help them to know what the next steps are and how to control it and this and that. It's still one of those situations where, like you were saying, you can look at it your point of view of standing back and seeing what's going on and say, hey, you know, well, this should have been done or that should have been done. But the cop is also dealing with what he sees and what he knows. He's not seeing what's happening behind the scene over here. He's not seeing. He just knows what's happening right in front of them. Yeah. And you know, I'm
he's
sure
dealing
that
with the current situation rather than
And I'm sure that's where they have to go with so much training to try to combat those feelings of fear and stuff like that, and stay on the track that they need to stay on, even with everything else going on.
Training is on the increase, and you know that even presents a problem in itself. You know, with the cost of training, the payment of officers to attend what training. It's not done on duty; it's got to be done off duty at times. Personnel who are off the schedule to do the training, and then at the same time, the laws and the accreditation process that we just spoke about, those require additional training. It's all for a good thing, but it's just something you have to deal with. It's logistics you have to deal with.
Ready for a break?
Sure.
Be right back.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964. Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$741. One of your officers pulled me over the other day for the wonderful seatbelt. I've got to compliment the officer. He's very professional.
Mm-hmm.
Young man,
Okay.
I'm guessing 24, 25, 26.
Sure.
Yep, no problem there,
We have extra seatbelt, DWI, and some other state laws that we do get a grant for extra enforcement of those laws.
Mm-hmm. There was an argument one time that it's not about safety, it was about the money. Because it was a National Traffic Safety Highway Administration, blah, blah, blah. And I'll admit, Corey, somebody said about the seatbelt, and I can see the safety factor when you look at NASCAR and Indianapolis racing. I mean,
Sure.
Yeah. But I grew up in an era where a 57 Studebaker or a 55 Plymouth weren't even equipped with seatbelts. And I used to stand up in the front seat and I said, see, nothing's happened yet. But,
Right.
there's always that first time. I just don't think to put it on. And that's what happened.
Well, I think from a national level that they take a look at how many traffic deaths that we have, and there was a time in a period 43,000. It fluctuates every year. I think that has dropped on most of the good years, maybe in the low 30s or something like that, and they're after reducing those deaths.
Yeah. But I want to compliment your officer. It was I can't remember his name, but very polite, professional.
Mm-hmm.
Did a good
job.
job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Good
We do like to get those comments as well.
Yeah.
We get the bad ones.
I saw the lights come on. What happened was I was down here doing the city council TV.
Mm-hmm.
I was almost out of gas, so I went down to the Shell station at 9th at Cardinal, and they had a computer lock up, so all their pumps were off. I thought, wow. So I got back in the van. I was going north on Cardinal, and I was the third car back at the stop sign, and I had my window down. Well, the officer was going west and then turned south, and we were basically window to window. I didn't think twice about it. Not my normal route. I cut through Redbud, and then was going over to Casey's to get gasoline, and I thought, oh no! I saw the blue. Oh well. But
we strive to have those interactions positive as much as we can.
Yeah. He's a good.
Yeah.
It was fine, But what about you? You confessed to something? You wearing your seatbelt?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I wear my seatbelt.
Yeah.
I have it put on before I start the car. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Time out. Hand me your halo so I can polish this.
No, I have gotten better.
I do too.
I really have, especially knowing that there is a risk of getting pulled over. Knowing that, I have gotten better.
And I think a part of it too is to keep federal funding for our highways coming in the state. They like, from the federal level, to meet a certain level of seatbelt usage, and if you fall below that, and as I remember, it's been a while since I've seen the stats, but we have fallen below some of the surrounding states. You run a risk of federal money coming in if you can't statewide maintain a certain seatbelt usage by the motoring public.
Really?
So that kind of comes with that grant money, free money, whatever you want to call it. It's generated by tax dollars, but that's always a part of the equation as well.
Yeah. Now, I understand after the safety tax went through that we've got a few more, I'm seeing more patrol vehicles. Have you upped a little bit of the patrols?
Well, there's a couple things. We've really tried to, on the preventive patrol side, as have our guys more active and moving around as much as they can. There's going to be downtime and doing reports and situations like that, and some of these calls, they take a considerable amount of time from beginning to end, but we still like to get them out and patrolling more, especially in the neighborhoods, night business districts. We did, with the public safety tax last year, we increased our force by having a code enforcement officer full-time. That was due to the public safety tax, and then this year, just within the last week or so, we have 2 additional officers now assigned to the patrol division. So we have 2 extra officers, and that increased our split shift on nights from they work at 12 noon to 12 midnight, which usually that 2 to 3 in the afternoon to 11 to 12 at midnight, the call load will increase, and then at midnight, 1 o'clock, the call load will be going down. So we have full staffing on 2 night shifts, and then now we have a split shift that's staffed with 3, and 2 of those positions were made possible with the public safety tax. So you do see more officers and you see more activity, and we have recently, within the last few months, implemented a GPS tracking system on all of our cars. We know where all of our cars are at any time, and we can go back and view history, and then we get a daily report that we take a look at where they're at. And so if we need to make an adjustment where we might not have as good a coverage here and had more over here, now we might have had calls and incidents and we need to put our resources over here because of some reason, but it's a good tool for us to increase our patrol throughout the entire town.
Good. Let's grab that last break at 7:47. More with the chief right after this.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we have installed a convenient drive-through window for all your to-go and pickup orders. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and ask us about our daily specials for a low price to feed the whole family. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because I don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. 7:50 on this Wednesday, visiting with Police Chief Manuel, Mountain Home Police Department. And what else we got, Chief? What do we need to cover?
Well, you know, I once again, I'd like to thank the people of this community for helping us with the public safety tax. That has helped us tremendously in getting additional personnel.
Yep.
And there's more down the road, I'm sure will be coming, but it's given us a chance to reinvest and upgrade some equipment that ironically now people are saying we want more cops with video cameras. We've had body-worn cameras for years. We were at a point where they were falling apart and becoming disabled, so the public safety tax has allowed us to update with new equipment, video cameras in all of our patrol vehicles, and a body-worn camera for each officer, and we've been doing those for years. We now have a drone program working out real well. We've actually used it 2 or 3 times, and once in trying to track a suspect.
Really?
We have the, I'm trying to think, the FLIR, the kind of the heat detection up high in a small unit. That's pretty, pretty cool. But we have 2 drones, 2 operators at this point. We've been updating our vehicles, so if you see a SUV running around town,
something from Ford,
Ford Explorer.
Yeah, how are they doing?
A lot more room, the ability to put all the equipment and the extra supplies and things that we need, in our vehicles. They're working out a lot better than
I would think
what we
so.
did
I don't
use.
think you had the Dodge Chargers for one. There's not enough back seat room, is there?
The worst was the Ford Taurus. It came in after the Crown Vic, a smaller vehicle. We explored a couple of hybrids, small vehicles. That doesn't work out with the equipment that we put in vehicles, so I'm not sure we'll go back to that.
And what body style of Ford? The Ford what?
Ford
Explorer. Yeah, okay.
And we have 3 ordered this year, and they are hybrids, so we get the advantage of a hybrid. And from all indications, they're going to be a good performing vehicle, and so we'll get the benefit of a hybrid and use less fuel as well.
Yeah.
So we're continually using the public safety tax to hire personnel and also upgrade our equipment so that we can provide a better service for the community and capture the events out in the field, so we can take those videos and pics to court and help in the prosecution rate.
You look at us. We're a big tourism town. I mean, we get during the summertime, the tourism is amazing, and everybody's wanting to increase that. They're trying to push for more tourism, more people to come here and visit, which is great. But that also means there needs to be more law enforcement. There needs to be more visible law enforcement.
Well, this is something that's lost when, as a general rule of thumb, you take a look at staffing level of policemen that you need. There's a general rule of thumb of so many officers per, 2 per 1,000 people. I think is just a real general rule of thumb. But what you have to do, you have to go further and look at the workload. So you take a town our size of 12,000 something, 448 last census. That explodes and increases during the daytime, and especially during the tourist season. So we're not serving 12,448 people. We could be serving throughout the year hundreds of thousands.
It was like when Travis Dover approached me back in the days of radio, when we were over at Mountain Talk. He says, "Do you know what the daily population of Mountain Home is?" I said, "Well, I don't know. It says 12,000 something on site." He says, "No, the daily population." I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "When we get a call, fire or PD, whether it's city, sheriff, or state, are you from Wisconsin or New Hampshire or Arkansas?" We don't ask what their license plate. We go and help them.
Right.
You could have 40 to 50,000 people in this area. Hospital, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart. What am I missing? Even downtown, you'd have people in from all over the country when you're at the restaurant.
Well, we're a tourist area. We're a retirement area. We're a draw for trade as well, and the daytime population. If we knew that, would be surprising. I think they have some good figures on like the county tourism visits and things like that. It's been a little bit harder unless they have something new and recent to get what is the daytime population of Mountain Home. Well, look at the Mountain Home School District. Some of those live in the city, a lot live in the county, but you know, there's over 4,000 faculty and students that are inside the city limits during the daytime when school is in session and we're attending school.
Yeah. And keep in mind that, you know, the school buses go all the way to the Missouri line on 3 different highways.
A big portion of Baxter County comes to Mountain Home School District. So you have to look at that as well. You got to look at the workload when you look at staffing, and so our staffing should be more than what would be generated, the workload, by just 12,448 people.
Well, how many times would I be at Old Time Restaurant on the square, and there'd be a New York or a Texas, even a Vermont license plate sitting on the square where I thought, they sure drove a long way for lunch, you know.
Well, I'll
see
go
all
back,
those license plates on the square when he's
several years ago, and this has been several, 15 years or so ago. You have to go in and do some data mining. You know, we got stats, we got the information and reports and things like that, but you have to go in and do some data mining. But at one time, I did take a look at those reports, incident reports, traffic accidents, and things that were generated in a report. At one time, 45% of the people we went and served at that traffic accident, that report, or whatever it may be, 45% were not residents of Mountain Home city limits.
That's pretty high.
Now, I'm not saying that's today.
Yeah.
It could be more. I doubt that it would be less. But so there, we search for the truth, go in and check the data, and we can come up with things like that. Not only that, others as well.
Wow. What do we got, Scooter? 3.5, 4 minutes? What do we got?
Yep.
3 minutes?
3.5.
You're going to retire on us, sir?
Yes.
No.
November. Haven't set a date yet, but I'm currently on the what's called a drop plan. And when you sign up for the drop plan, then your days are numbered. So yes, in November the 30th has to be my absolute last day, but I'll be looking sometime probably a little bit before Thanksgiving.
How many years you been chief now?
Since January 1, 1999, so 21,
almost 22 years.
22 years. I've been with the department 36, and when I retire, it will be 36 and a half.
Wow.
Been a lot of changes.
And to think he sat
times.
behind me in science class when I was a junior in high school.
Well, I didn't think there was hope for you back in those days, Dale.
There's still not.
You
There's not hope for him now.
You surprised me.
Oh, don't get him started. Well, I got to say, we tip our hat to your service to the community. The city of Mountain Home. It's just been outstanding, and you're going to be missed.
Yeah, I'll still be around.
You going to run for mayor later on? Let you run for mayor?
Oh, you're talking about another set of problems.
Who wants that? Yeah.
I guess the old saying, I'm not sure I want to be a glutton for punishment, you know.
Well, you know, we have, with Mountain Home, of course, you got Mountain Home, Cotter, Gassville, and then, of course, you got Sheriff's Office and State Police. I think we've got some outstanding law enforcement. We need to be appreciative of what we've got.
I think we do, and that should resonate into a lot of services we have in this community. We have great businesses, medical care. I mean, we could just go on. And I think it's just a real tribute to the area that we have, the community that we have, the people that we have. That's what makes this place successful. And for law enforcement, it's a great place to be a law enforcement official.
It's good. Scooter, you're thinking over here. I can smell
something.
No,
I have to agree with him. You don't. I mean, any town, including ours. I mean, there's going to be crime. There's going to be things that happen, but it's not like living in a big city where you're fighting it day in and day out, and the crime rates are so high, and you're going to have them, but it's a nice area to be. It really is.
We get a chance to stop and smell the roses, and you got to do that sometime, no matter what you do. And if I could say something about him and his trumpet call,
oh no,
you said something about charges. First, now we got to be creative, and this is kind of the way we think.
Yep.
Noise is sounds that are unpleasant to the ear. We do have a noise ordinance in Mountain Home. Anything that can be heard, anything that
Unfortunately, we are out of time.
So I'm trying to build a case here, okay?